What's up, Scoop Podcast? I'm your host, Erica Krupin, and on today's episode, we are going to chat. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about marketing. We're going to talk about strategies. We're going to talk about route density. We're going to talk about my trip to Canada. We're also going to talk about my new toy that I purchased because I like to buy new things. So if you are interested in hearing all about that, stay tuned. But before we hop into it, I want to express some gratitude for those of you that have reached out to me. I do this for you guys. And I do it for myself a little bit as well. In the beginning, it was more for me, right? Because I just wanted to document my journey. I just wanted to, just get the information out there. I'm not really too sure what I was doing in the beginning. But as time has gone on, obviously I built a community. Now I have a podcast. The information that I put out there has helped other people start their own pooper scooper businesses, and then they have started their own YouTube channels, and now also jobber affiliates. And so it's just, there's just a lot. There's just a lot going on, and I'm just so grateful that I started my channel because I heard Brian Fullerton say this, and I'm not really too sure where he got it from, but it's who wins when you succeed, right? If I wouldn't have put that information out there, people wouldn't have found it, then maybe they wouldn't have started their business. And I'm grateful. So if you're kind of on the fence about starting a business, creating content, whatever it is, do it. What's the worst that's going to happen? It doesn't work out. At least you tried. And that's kind of how I feel about 75 Hard. Andy Frisella. I do listen to his podcast. I fell off the wagon with the 75 Hard. I don't know. I guess I'm slightly upset with myself. I did talk to my therapist about it on Monday, and I've just been down in the dumps, there's been a lot. If you guys have been following me, you know that I had some stuff happen recently, and it's just kind of messed me up. And in my brain, this Erica brain, I feel like I should just, boom, be back to normal. It happened, keep it moving. But this type of stuff has long-term effects, and it's important for us to recognize who we are, recognize our bodies, the signs, and give ourselves grace. I am not very good at giving myself grace. I am very, very hard on myself. And when I fail, right, when I feel like I fail or I've let myself down, then it just perpetuates this downward spiral. But I was talking to my therapist, Megan, and I was explaining to her how I fell off the wagon for 75 Hard again. And this time I said, I'm doing it. I am doing it. And I did. I made it almost 2 weeks. And then I fell off, and I have tried to restart, 3 or 4 times, but not with a plan. I didn't have an action plan. I didn't have myself set up for success. And so that's what the issue is. It's the fact that I haven't taken the time to meal prep the food, make sure that I'm reading my book in the morning, because I'm not going to read at night. And if I do read at night, I don't even know what I'm reading, right? I'm not comprehending it. I hadn't been setting my alarm clock for early in the morning because I need to do my workout. I have to do my workout early because there's no way I'm going to do 2 workouts later on. And so procrastination, not setting myself up for success, has caused me to perpetually keep failing at this. So if you're listening and you were like, I'm going to do it too, and you have fallen off the wagon with your diet, with chores, whatever it is, it's okay. I'm going to adjust my mic real quick. As long as you have air in your lungs, you can restart. Yes, you failed. That doesn't mean you're a failure. It doesn't mean you're always going to be a failure. That means you're failing at this specific thing. And as long as you keep working at it, there's a chance that you might succeed. I don't know what that looks like for you. Every single person's different. But I'm restarting again. I'm restarting it, and I'm going to keep restarting because I'm not a quitter. I may be inconsistent. I have a consistency issue, but I'm not a freaking quitter, and I'm not doing it. I'm not quitting. So if you have something that you want to restart and you don't want to be a quitter, restart it. And don't shame yourself, right? That's another thing Megan was telling me about. Eliminate the word should out of my vocabulary because I use should a lot. I should be doing this. I should have already lost 20 pounds. I should blah, blah, blah. She said replace it with could. I could go do those dishes, or I could enjoy this time on the couch to rest. It does something to your psyche. What it is, I don't know. We're gonna dive into that next session because I don't quite understand that. But for me, when I place shame on something, it becomes a bad thing, and then when it becomes a bad thing, I think about it all the time, and it just does something inside of me. So I'm trying to replace should with could, and if that doesn't make sense, right, in the sentence, then it's just out of sight, out of mind. Stop wasting my time on it. And that is what I'm going to focus on with that. So for those of you that have reached out and you're excited about 75 hard and you're doing it, congratulations. You got this. Keep going. And if you fell off the freaking wagon and you want to restart, congratulations for not giving up on yourself and not giving up on your goals. You got this as well. So just keep trying. You can do this. And what else did I want to touch on before we hopped into the meat of it? Oh yeah, last week's episode 40, where I talked about heat stroke. I actually got a comment on TikTok from Jess.A123. And it was about the heat stroke and being thirsty and staying hydrated. This was the comment. It says, work in construction in Phoenix, Arizona. 126 degrees. If you're thirsty, you're already dehydrated. And that was on a video clip where I was just talking about making sure that you stay hydrated. Even if you're not thirsty, you need to keep hydrating. And I kind of want to expand on that a little bit. Hydration is incredibly important, especially if you're working in, it's 126 degrees. You need to stay hydrated consistently. So the water that I'm drinking today and tonight is going to set me up for success for tomorrow, right? So you need to think about it. What I'm doing today is going to fuel me tomorrow. So if you eat like crap tonight, you're going to have the shits tomorrow, right? And it's going to be tough. So drink some water for today, or drink water today for tomorrow, and just keep yourself hydrated, keep yourself safe, okay? So thank you, Jess. I don't know if you listen to the podcast or not, but thank you so much for that comment. That was something important to think about. So thank you. Now let's get into the meat, the main topic of the show. How to get new customers. I get asked this all the time. Erica, how do you get new customers? How did you get so many customers? How do I market? How do I advertise? You guys, like that is such a hard, it's not even just a question. That's a hard, huge entire segment. And to be completely transparent, I'm not like a marketing genius. I'm not a marketing wizard. I try different things and I see what works for me. So, I'm going to tell you what I like to do, what has worked for me. I'm not saying this is the end all be all. There is a lot of other things out there. So you just got to do your research and reach out to people and watch people on the internet. That's something I'm going to probably talk about a little bit later, but pay attention to what catches your eye and see what they're doing. And if you're not a creative type, I'm not saying steal what they're doing, but use it as inspiration. And it doesn't have to just be in like the dog waste removal industry. If you're flipping through your mail and a Velpac ad catches your eye, or a commercial catches your eye, or a jingle or something like that, be like, why did this speak to me? And use that as inspiration. Let's face it, in 2023, everything has been done. Everything. So if you want to come up with and be clever, and you want to be new, and you want to be like cheeky and think that you're going to be, innovative, maybe, but there's a good chance it's already been done. So you just need to take inspiration and put your own flavor on it and keep it moving, because you need to just keep consistently putting stuff out there. I do have a top 5, because my favorite number is 5, list of things that I like to do. My first thing is talk to your current customers, right? You already have customers, I imagine, right? So let's work on our route density. because route density is key. Because our let's face it, our ticket price is not super high. Some are higher than others. So having route density, not having a lot of window time, because that's non-billable time, is going to be better for our profits, because we're working more, we're using our time wiser. So let's focus on the customers we already have. How are we going to do that? Well, let me tell you. Okay. I'm going to suggest that you talk to your customers. What? We got to talk to our customers? Yes. With me, I talk to my customers all the time via text message, typically, because I use a CRM called Jobber. That is what I run my business through. It's my customer management software. It's my invoicing. It's my routing. It's literally my everything. So if you guys aren't using Jobber, if you're not using a CRM, go ahead and click my link down in the description to get your free trial and check it out. I communicate with my customers often. The day of their service, they get a text message and an email letting them know it's day of service. And then also, when we're on the way, we send them a message, hey, we're on the way. Mainly because we don't want a dog let out on us. That's it. And we don't want to see anybody naked in the backyard. We just want the customer to not be surprised. So we text them, and a lot of times they text us back. So you ask them about the neighborhood. You could say something along the lines of, I love servicing your property. I would love to build up my services in your area. I did notice that your neighbors, because, when we're back there scooping, we can do a little peeky peek. Don't be creepy. Don't be a creeper, okay? But just notice, do the neighbors have dog poop in their backyard? Is there dog toys? Have you seen a dog? You're going to want to be intentional. You're going to want to write this stuff down. Now, are these yards that you like? Do you like the area? Do you want to grow in this area? Are the yards the type of yards that are good to scoop? Are they profitable yards, right? Are the people willing to pay your price? So this is all stuff that you want to take into consideration if you want to grow into this area. So you just tell your customer, I love servicing your property. It's been so good. I want to grow in this area. Do you know your neighbors? I did notice that there's a lot of buildup along the fence line, and I would love to, scoop the property and take care of that for you. And then you guys just have that dialogue. I don't know what that's going to look like for you guys, but you just have to go with it, right? Go with it and see if they're willing to work with you. So when you have them on the hook and you already have that open conversation, you could say, I had an idea. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but all of a sudden my neighborhood decides that everybody wants to do their landscaping today. So, it is what it is. I'm inside my bedroom, but I can hear everything up in here. But anyways, refocus, Erica. With the yard sign, you could say, would you mind if I put a yard sign in your front yard? They're either going to say yes or they're going to say no. If they say yes, then it might come with stipulations. They might want a discount. They might want to know for how long. You just have to figure that type of stuff out. Or they might just straight up say no. If they straight up and say no, poo-poo on them. They might have their own reasonings. They're embarrassed. They don't want to deal with it. I don't know. Whatever. But let's say they say yes. Sure, go ahead. So you're going to want to put that yard sign in their front yard. And you're like, Erica, I don't have yard signs. Should I get some made? Yes, I believe that you should. And you're going to want to keep them simple. Very simple. Who you are, what you do, how to get in touch with you. They need to be two colors, a primary color and a non-primary color, max 3 colors. Do not get super crazy with having a bunch of colors on your sign. You want something that is vibrant, and you want something that is very legible. No small writing. It needs to pop. Your name needs to pop. One form of contact. God, that word was hard for me. One form of contact. How do you want them to get in touch with you? Which one do you prefer? And what do you do? If you do a ton of stuff, there's no room. There is no room for you to list every single service that you do and have people be able to see the sign. So if you do dog waste removal, or if you really want to push the sanitation, put that on there. Who you are, what you do, how to get in touch with you. 2 to 3 colors max. Mine right now, I believe, are 2 colors. It's just a hot pink sign with white writing, and it's very, very legible. Okay, you want to make sure that you can see that yard sign and be able to read it from 2 to 3 houses away. So you're going to put that in their front yard. You're going to strategically place it to where it can be seen from the yard. And if there's a certain property that you really are trying to focus towards, you're going to want to put that yard sign closer to their driveway or closer to the neighbor's property. You know, be strategic, use your brain, figure that out. Then you're going to take door hangers. Yes, door hangers. And you're like, Erica, I don't have door hangers made. Get some made. The same concept. Who you are, what you do, how to get in touch with you. On here, you can put more information, but don't get crazy. Don't get so crazy to where there's just too much, okay? Keep it simple. Keep it clean. Keep it clean looking, okay? And keep it profesh. And you're going to put these door hangers on the neighbor's doors, okay? Yes. So we have a yard sign, point of contact. They're going to see it. They're going to see it. Then we're going to have the door hangers. Okay, perfect. Then they see that, the third one. And with these, you could say something along the lines of, we scoop your neighbor's property, or we scoop this area. We would love to service your property. You know, get clever with your verbiage. Then when you're servicing said neighbor's property, and then I love to park my branded vehicle right in front of the neighbor's bay window. It's one of my favorite things to do. As long as it's okay, like I'm not blocking a mailbox, I'm not blocking trash day, and I'm allowed to park there. So that's what I do. So if they are coming in and out of their house, they're seeing my vehicle. They've seen my yard sign. They've seen my door hanger. And if I get my eyes on them, right, we're going to have a conversation. I'm going to just introduce myself. I'm not going to keep them for a really long time. I'm going to make sure I say, hi, my name's Erica, and then I go into my elevator pitch of who I am, what I do, and how to get in contact with me. I keep it short, sweet, and simple. They got lives to live. And then I'm ready for follow-up questions. Have your base pricing. And I personally don't like to quote people on the spot because I get a little bit nervous, and sometimes I've given out the wrong prices. But just get their information and ask them, be like, I would love to send you a personalized quote. And they say, yeah, sure. Be like, all right, let me just get your email address. Email address is usually a little less intimidating. And if you can get that email address, you can start dripping on them, baby. You can start dripping on them with your follow-up sequences. And at this point, you're like, okay, I'm pretty much a stalker. Well, you know, it is what it is. Business. You got to market. You got to know people. You got to get in front of people. It is a little stalkerish, but in like a healthy way, you know? And even if you have to go knock on a door. Don't be scared. My one little tip though is if you knock on somebody's door and they have a porch, I always walk off the porch. I actually learned that from my brother. So you knock on the door, walk off the porch, give them some space. You don't want to be all up on the door when they answer it because it's kind of intimidating. So if you leave a gap, you leave some space between you guys, it, you know, gives them a level of like comfort. My brother was a door-to-door meat salesman, and that was one of his little tips and tricks that he taught me, and I appreciate that. I like that a lot. Oh, and always check your boots before you walk up on somebody's porch. If you have dog poop on your shoes and then you walk up on somebody's porch with dog doo-doo, they're going to be pissed. So definitely check that out. All right, and number 2, baby, digital marketing magic. And you might be like, oh my gosh, I don't understand social media. It is 2023. You have to understand it. It's not the same as it was 20 years ago, where you could just post an ad in a paper. You know, you could just chat with people, and that's how your business grows. Everybody's on social media. So you have to. You just have to get with the times and understand that this is going to be a huge part of your business and allow it to grow. And it's unfortunate, but you almost need to be a digital marketing business or company and then a professional pooper scooper or a professional landscaper or windows or, you know, whatever it is that your field is. You need to do social media and treat social media as a job. Seriously. Seriously, you have to figure this out. Sorry if that was aggressive, but you have to. Make videos, make little memes, see stuff that catches your eye and try to mimic it, and post a couple times a week. Something that's really been helping me when I have really fallen short on my marketing is a Nice Job. So Nice Job is connected to my CRM, which is Jobber. And when I close out a job, Nice or a visit, no, a job, not a visit. Sorry, that's confusing. Scratch that. Skirt. They're connected, right? When I close something out, Nice Job will ask them for a review on Google or Facebook or whatever they're connected to. And then when they write that review, it automatically posts to my social media, to my Facebook, because I have it connected. So if I haven't, say, posted in a couple days or maybe even a week or maybe even 2 weeks, it's happened. As I'm getting new customers, that's posting right to my Facebook, and it's keeping my Facebook active, and it's showing my business logo, and it's showing the review. And then of course I want to comment back to them and thank them for the kind review. So that's another way to kind of automate stuff. I'm really big on automation. If you can automate it, do it. I'm trying to figure out how to automate my social media a little bit more. It's still hard work to automate the social media, but Nice Job's easy. It really is. It costs money, but it's worth it. I don't care. I have a link down in the description, so go ahead and click the link if you want to check it out. And just know any of the links that are down in my description, I do get a small commission from, and those commissions go back into my social media so I can keep this gig going, because it's expensive, So thank you. Thank you for your support. Number 3, word of mouth. Yeah, word of mouth. So you do a good job, people tell. They tell their friends, they tell their neighbors. If you do a bad job, they're telling their friends, their neighbors, they're posting you on social media. What do they say? If you do, if somebody's happy with you, they'll tell one person, but if they're angry with you, they'll tell 5. I mean, it's the truth. So you definitely want to do some type of referral program. Something that I like to do is every time one of my customers refers somebody to me and then that person signs up, I give the person that did the referral, I give them 1 week of free service. So if they get service once a month, then that bill's free. Or if they get service every 2 weeks or every week or whatever it is, I give them a free scoop. And they really, really love that. And Jobber actually has a link to where my customers can send to their friends, and that I'm able to track it, and it's really, really cool. And it's an easy way for them to kind of send people my link, and then it funnels them right to my Jobber form, and they can fill all of that out. And that's somewhat automation. Actually, it is automation because they're not having to call me. Sometimes they call, but a lot of times I prefer if they just get funneled right to Jobber. They submit all of their information, and then we can send them out a quote. But if somebody wants to talk on the phone, we talk on the phone, So there's that. What else? Oh, neighbors. So if my neighbor gets one of their neighbors, both of them get $5 off of their bill. And you might be like, $5? That doesn't seem like a lot. It does. It adds up. That's $10. Right there, you're getting less per month, and that stuff adds up. So that's what I offer. $5 off of their bill. And if they gripe about it and they want a little bit more, maybe I'll jump up. Maybe I'll do like $7.50. I think the max I would go, and this is only if somebody's bill is like high, right? So if this is a customer that their bill is like $150 or, $130, I'd probably give $10 off. I'd probably do that. You can mess with the math a little bit, but yeah, offer a discount for neighbors. Now, if if the neighbor drops off, then the other person loses the discount. So it's almost like the pressure for each other to stay on. But like, well, your neighbor dropped off, so now your price is going back up to normal, and then that neighbor could talk shit to them, and then they can figure that out on their end. Number 4, local partnerships. Your local dog park, your local vendor event, chamber of commerce. Who else? pet stores, doggy daycares, all of that stuff. You want to get involved in the community. You might be like, I don't have enough time. I'm scooping dog poop. Now I got a social media company because I got to post all of the social media stuff. Guess what, baby? You got to wear a lot of hats. You're a small business owner. You got to figure it out. You got to do it yourself, or you got to hire somebody to do it. You're like, I can't afford to hire somebody to do it. Well, guess what? You got to do it yourself. And you probably got to raise your prices so you can figure out how to pay somebody to do it for you. Okay? It all comes down to your prices. Sorry to be so tough on you, but I've been there. I've done that. I've cried like a little baby. I don't have enough time. I can't afford it. Yeah, because your prices are too low. Your expenses are too high. And you're being a little bitch, baby, because you are feeling sorry for yourself because you got so much to do. You signed up for this. You decided you wanted to be an entrepreneur. So you got to wear the pants of an entrepreneur. And guess what? Those pants are busy, baby. They're busy. You got a lot going on. You just got to do it. That was almost a pep talk for myself. I needed that. Whew, felt good. I need to take a sip of coffee. Sorry, that was aggressive. But to tie in 3 and 4 with like referrals and local partnerships, teachers. I always give teachers a discount. They're dealing with our children, and you know how you feel about your children. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you do. You know. You know. I give them 20% discount, and then they tell their teacher friends, and then I give them a 20% discount. I will always give a teacher a discount because they're local, they're dealing with their kids, and they don't get paid enough. So teachers always, in my book, always will get a discount. So there's that. And then what else? What else do we got going on? Community engagement. You got to get involved in your community. You got, like I was talking before, dog friendly gatherings. If there's a dog event, you're going to want to go hang out there. You're going to, just get involved and have the community be supportive. Because I think that's one thing that was super important in the growth of my business was I really pushed that. I'm a small business owner. I'm a female entrepreneur. I think that, when people would sign up, I say, thank you so much for supporting local and supporting small. So I'm able to support my family. And I talked about that stuff regularly. And I just gave so much, and people wanted to invest into me. So when something happened, like I got 5 customers, I got 10 customers, I didn't say, woohoo, look at me, I'm a bad bitch, I did this, I did that. When I posted that stuff, I talked about the gratitude. Like, I'm so grateful that these 5 people are allowing me to serve them. I'm so honored to be able to service their property. You gotta look at the way that what information you're putting out there, and especially on Facebook too, or on your social media. If you're always like complaining about your situation, or you're complaining about your customers, I have a lot of customers or previous customers that did me dirty or wanted to negotiate back and forth on prices, and we're just like a-holes, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna perpetually keep talking about that stuff on my social media. I might talk to you guys about it here. I might post something on my social media that's kind of like funny, poking fun at it, or like learning a lesson. But I'm not going to sit there and talk about all the issues and all the drama and all the negative stuff that I'm having with my business, because that's just creating and drawing like negativity. So you just want to push out there positive stuff, or stuff that just isn't going to attract the type of energy that you don't want. I can't speak for you. I don't know what type of energy you're looking for, but really put out the type of stuff that you're trying to attract to you. So dig deep and figure it out. And there's a lot of people out here that are business owners that are like negative people, and then they keep attracting negativeness and they don't understand why. And I just think because they're so into it, right? And so if you're that type of person, you're like, I just don't understand why bad stuff always happens to me, or why the negative stuff always happens to me. You're the common denominator, right? And if all this bad stuff always continuously keeps happening to you, you might just have to look deep down and figure out, like, are you playing the victim role? And it might be hard for you to see, but maybe you need to reach out to some people around you that are living positive lives, and it seems like things are going pretty well. Maybe ask their opinion, and don't get offended if they give it to you, and really reflect, And that's on personal growth right there. Woo! That was, I'm winded. That was good. That was good. What do we got going on here? We're gonna do some yard signs. We're gonna stalk, but not really stalk the neighbors, because we're gonna work on that route density. We're also basically going to run a digital marketing company because we're in 2023. We have to. We're going to do customer referral programs. We're going to get our people involved with us. We're going to offer them a little bit of a discount or an incentive. We're just going to let our people know that if they bring people on, we're going to take care of them. We're also going to try to get local partnerships. We're going to try to get involved with the community, because you have to be involved with the community, especially if you are a small business, right? You need to play that up, because especially after the pandy, you know what I'm saying? People want to support local. We lived through it. We've seen what happened. All these larger companies were just giving all this money, and then a lot of local small business owners that needed the money, that needed the funding, they were just shit on. And a lot of businesses closed. And if you made it through the pandemic, you should be very proud of yourself, because you did that. Because you did that with the help of your customers. And your customers invested in you because they were connected to you, because you're doing something right. So if you're stressed out, don't beat yourself up. You got this. You just have to come up with a plan, and you have to execute it, and you have to be consistent. Okay, I struggle with consistency too, but it's what we got to do. I hope you guys like that. I hope the information is going to be good. I probably will expand on those, because I didn't want this episode to be like super duper long, but I do want to do a deeper dive into those. So stay tuned for further episodes. But now that I poured into you guys, I want to tell you about me. Let me tell you about what's been popping with me lately. Okay. I went to Canada for Jessica's 40th birthday, pause to bark. Me and my husband, we left Thursday, and we stayed at Caesar's Windsor. We hung out in the casino, spent the night there. It was a very, very nice hotel. We had a great time. We left from there and drove all the way to Jess's house, and then we stayed there for the weekend. She has goats, and she has alpacas, and she has chickens. She also has a tortoise. She got 2 dogs, and I believe she has 2 cats. She's got a whole ass farm over there, and I just have 1 dog, super basic. We had a really good time. I got to meet a lot of her friends and family, and that was really cool. And I actually met Jess through the Pooper Scooper community. So, it's all about connections, right? Me and Jess talk like basically every single day, and I love the friendship that we've developed. And I'm so grateful that she allowed us to stay at her house and host us. So that was really, really fun. I ate like absolute garbage, but that's okay. Because we're back on track today. And then when I got home, I had ordered, before I left, I ordered this elliptical bike called a Street Strider. Go check out my Instagram on the Scoop Podcast. It's this blue like elliptical thing. Well, when I looked it up online, it said that it was easy to put together. So there was an option for the company to put it together or just send it to me. So I was like, this is going to be so easy. This is so easy to put together. I'm not going to pay $500. So I told my husband, I said, it's going to be easy. Let's just put it together really quick. I did not ask him if he had the time, or nor did he want to do it. I just started opening the box and started doing it, and then realized I needed his help. So in that moment, I was not very respectful of his time. So that's something I have to work on. But he helped me. He built it. He did. I just kind of held some stuff up. It became a heated build. It was aggressive, but we're still married. It's put together. I'm happy, and he has moved past the whole situation, I think. But the thing's really cool. You have to go on my Instagram and check it out. I'm going to keep posting videos as I learn how to ride it. It's goofy as hell, and I look goofy as hell, but I don't care. My neighbor has one, so we're gonna, once I learn how to actually ride proficiently, I'm gonna leave the neighborhood, and we're gonna go to Starbucks. Because she's like, let's go to Starbucks. I'm like, girl, I can't leave the neighborhood right now. I need a little bit more time. So we're gonna do that, and I'm very, very excited about it. One thing I'm not super excited about is I took Java, my sweet baby honeys, my little pit bull. I took her to the vet because she had a couple bumps on her and she has to have surgery. So those are getting removed next Wednesday. So if you guys please could keep my little Java Sweet Baby Honeys in your vibes, your prayers, whatever it is you believe in, and send some positive vibes our way. Because that is my baby girl. That's my baby. And I love her very much. And, I know you know. I know you got fur babies. So there's that. And what else did I want to tell you before we wrap this one up? Oh, I mentioned it earlier. I want you to be intentional this week, not only with the goals that you're trying to achieve, but when you're scrolling on social media, you're opening up your mail, you're watching TV, or you see a billboard and something catches your eye and you stop, that's business related. I want you to look at it and be like, why did this catch my eye? Was it the writing? Was it the colors? Was it the message they were trying to say? And try to use that as inspiration for your next couple social media posts. And then learn how to schedule those out. I want to say you can schedule posts out on Instagram and Facebook like a week in advance or something like that. You just got to mess around with the scheduling tools. And if you're like, I don't know how to make stuff, you can go to Canva, CANVA.com. They have an app and they excuse me. And they have a website. The app's okay to use. I prefer to make my stuff online, but go tinker around with that and mess around with it and make yourself some stuff on social media, or just create videos. Videos are always good. You could do an overlay or overlap of you scooping or doing office work or something positive. Lay some text over it and just post it. So there's a lot of options. If you don't know what you're doing, go to YouTube. People make tutorials and make videos all the time. That's really not my vibe. That's not my jam. So if you're looking for that from me, you're probably not going to get it unless I get an editor or something like that teaches me how to do it, because I don't know. And on that note, I want to thank all of you so much for tuning in, for hanging out with me, for doing this poop scooping crap journey along with me. I would say that I drop a new episode every Monday. This one's going to drop late, so that is not the case. But I'm going to drop an episode every week because I have a goal to do 52 episodes in 52 weeks. So thank you so much. If you guys haven't liked, subscribed, wrote a review, do all the things, and you feel that you want to, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. And until next time, bye.